taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
And that's not the only card we got next week. Oh my God, we got the big one. It's the heavyweights. Heavyweight time, heavyweight champion of the world. In a rematch, Oleksandr Usyk versus Anthony Joshua, part 2. And this is interesting how we got there between all the fuckery. You know, we all know that fuckery with the Wilder Fury shit, which led to Usyk Joshua, which led to that upset. And then we weren't sure we were going to get the rematch because of Ukraine, Russia, but here we are. And Anthony Joshua trying a new trainer in Robert Garcia. So we got a lot of shit coming into this fight, how they're looking. I seen a picture of them. Joshua looks leaner than Usyk. Usyk is more bulked up than AJ. I was not expecting that.
Yeah,
he looks so like big now, man. Usyk, I don't know.
Dude got on that Ivan Drago program. I will crush you. You know what I'm saying? yeah.
So this is gonna be
pump you up. Like, get out of here with that bullshit. The fuck is this?
So this is going to be a very interesting fight. I will say though, before the other fights on the undercard to look out for is Flip Hrgovic versus Zhilei Zhang. That's for eliminator for the IBF title. And Hrgovic is a guy that's very well, highly regarded. A lot of people, say that the other heavyweights don't want it with Flip, but he's coming. So if he beats Zhang, he's going to be knocking at somebody's door.
Everybody's saying that he's getting ducked. I don't know. But
he is. Like, a whole phone book of niggas got ducked. Like, I ain't seen people run this far away from a dude since middleweight Golovkin mid 2000s.
Only Tony Yuka was the only one willing to fight, but then some contract shit he already signed before had to pull away.
Yeah, and then Bukole beat his ass.
Yeah, exactly.
and then the other one is Callum Smith versus Matul Bardorlik for the WBC light heavyweight title eliminator. So Callum Smith knocking for a title shot at 175. So, but let's get into the main event. So,
hold on, y'all got some questions, yo.
Go ahead.
Salute Anthony, MOP. He answered some questions.
Ring.
Well, yeah, the title fight, I was gonna wait until we actually get to that topic. But the next question though is on point.
Ring gang.
I'll just say this: I agree slightly with the Camacho Senior one. Disagree with the Miguel Cotto.
Yeah.
But so he said, Ring gang, if it's not Cap and it's true that Tyson Fury might have to be forced to retire and vacate his titles, can the fight with AJ and Usyk become undisputed? No, because somebody's got to fight for the WBC vacant title.
WBC won't be because Wilder's number 1, Helenius number 10, then they got Parker and Joyce number 2 and number 3 in the WBC ranking.
Listen, he's not retiring. We know what's going to happen after this fight. Fury's going to come out like he always does and going to unretire. He's going to be like, yesterday's retirement is not today's retirement.
Yeah, exactly.
We all know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
think about it. We retire every day. Like, we retire to bed. Like, that's how you got to look at retirement. Like with Tyson Fury. Like, when you retire to bed, that's how Tyson Fury looks at boxing. Like an everyday retirement. Like, people need to just get over it and like stop giving them all the extra attention for it.
He retires like regular niggas clock in and clock out of work. So
exactly.
But Broadway, what do you think about this rematch? How you looking at it?
I honestly, when they made the first fight, I predicted on my channel that Anthony Joshua was not only going to win by knockout, I predicted he was going to win by knockout of the year. So that's how I saw the fight coming. And then this dude fought a horrible game plan and lost the fight by decision. So I kind of like look crazy on YouTube. I predicted knockout of the year and this dude gets outboxed. But I think it was more of what Joshua didn't do than it was what Usyk did do. I think Joshua lost that fight more than Usyk won it. And I do like the trainer change. I do like, I like Robert Garcia. He's going to bring some of that, old school, like Mexican style type to the forefront. And I think he ends up stopping Usyk. I think he's going to come forward, go to Usyk's body. Usyk is then going to be worrying about that body. And then eventually he's going to catch him with an uppercut when he's leaning down to protect his body. I think Joshua, who has a fantastic uppercut, eventually knocks him out. I'm not going to jump out the window like last time and say knockout of the year, but I definitely am predicting that Joshua wins by knockout.
Nice. What round you thinking?
Let's go 7 or 8.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Cool. Pilot, what do you think about this fight?
Wow. I think it's gonna be a dope fight. With Robert Garcia now in the corner of AJ, I think we might see a more aggressive. Not trying to box like he was in most of that fight. I want AJ to win, but I feel like Usyk is just too good of a boxer that AJ won't be able to catch him with some heat. And I think if it does go down to the cards, there might be some controversy. I could see AJ winning a suspect, even though in the UK it wasn't any janky decision. But I think Usyk will win another decision at the end of the day. I wouldn't be surprised if AJ got a robbery if he kept it close enough and he doesn't get hurt. But I just think Usyk is too good.
Wide decision or close decision?
A close decision, probably like a legit 116-112 for Oleksandr Usyk.
Okay. So we got a knockout for Joshua so far and a decision for Usyk. Pat, what do you think about this fight?
Oh man, see now, as everyone knows, when this fight was announced, I had to be silent because when Wilder won that arbitration, I got pissed to no end that we didn't get Joshua versus Fury. So I didn't predict on either fights, even though it was fucking killing me, And then of course when Usyk won, LB was bad mouth and smart talking me like a little hoe, about this shit because Joshua lost and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I gotta be all that, my nigga.
Nigga, you was an apple polisher that day, nigga.
Did I not pick Joshua by KO?
Well, I don't know what you picked, but you kind of rubbed it in, bro.
Of course I did.
Exactly.
I still picked him. Look, I sacrificed that L. Like I lost too, but the thing is, I hate how people just overrate Usyk performance. Y'all, motherfuckers overrate this dude at heavyweight so fucking much. Giving this nigga so much credit.
But here's my thing, because I'm thinking to myself, because obviously we have the thing about boxing gods, because if some shit doesn't happen the way it's supposed to be, then certain fighters start getting punished for it. And both Joshua and Wilder got punished for what for it. What I'm saying? And it was just like it was unfortunate that Joshua lost, because now it threw another big fight out of the equation. But now, Usyk's bulked up, and to me, that's still a negative, because obviously Usyk's style is, usually, his footwork or whatever, and then, the bigger you get, it's harder to move, not everyone's a Tyson Fury out there, when they get big as fuck, and then plus in the first fight, even though Usyk outboxed Joshua, Usyk's face showed damage, because pretty much Joshua, and that's when it kills me, because like Joshua, if he was a little bit more offensive, like he probably could have forced a TKO, because Usyk had all these wild cuts over his face, something like that. But he has a really solid chin, and Joshua's chin he's chinny. So that's why he almost got dropped at the belt. Although the belt, they rang that shit.
Imagine being chinny against a cruiserweight.
Yeah, that's the shit. Yeah, that's the shit. Like honestly, I was so pissed when I saw Usyk getting ready to drop him in the final round. I was like, what the fuck?
Chris Bird be praised.
But in this fight, I like the trainer change with Joshua too. Robert Garcia, hopefully maybe we'll get some of that aggressive shit back into his offense, because Joshua, before the Ruiz fight, Joshua used to have a mean streak. Like, dude used to decapitate some people at times. And he still can do it. Just he had to get his mind right. And then Usyk, between the weight gain, he looks brolic, and then the whole thing, and I don't know how his mind is with with the war in the Ukraine and everything like that. It's quite possible. I think Usyk, I mean, I think he's focused, but he might not be 100% focused on what he needed to do to repeat the upset. So
you don't bulk up like that and don't be focused. He's focused.
Yeah, I think part of the reason why is because he's like, you know what, I heard him when I wasn't as bulked up, so let me see if I can KO him if I put a little bit more muscle on my frame.
I think that's
and people are saying that.
It is.
People are thinking Usyk might stop AJ. I mean, I've seen that a lot. Of that.
In the
basic
wild thing,
way of thinking.
In the wild things, I can see it happening, which is pissing me off though. But you know, I'm gonna go with Joshua. I'm gonna go with Joshua winning a 115-113 decision, because if it's gonna be close, because Eddie's gonna make sure this motherfucker.
What kind of whole ass prediction is that?
Pat, will it be
Nigga,
legitimate? Will it be legitimate, or will it be a dusty draw? Dusty finish.
I think
A match room draw. A draw room.
I think it's gonna be legitimate, bro. I put respect on Usyk's boxing ability, but LB is right. Usyk at heavyweight has not been like, you know, the first two fights, they weren't that great though. But I do put respect on his boxing ability, because.
But the other day, y'all the ones saying Derek Chisora almost forced a draw against Usyk. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, nigga, that he did.
It was not that close, bro.
Yo, Broadway, please. Do one of those motherfucking shows on that
one more violation there, you might have to be booed off, bro.
No, fuck that. Look. Yo, shout out to this nigga Broadway Joel, because like he's another person I be low-key peeping. Like he low-key at least know how to understand how to score a fucking fight. Like,
nah, not low-key. I do the official scorecard. Or high-key, I know how to score. And
I say low-key because it's like you ain't super popular yet. Like, you know.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, like motherfuckers don't know yet. Like, because these niggas, they give extra credit to motherfucking anything that looks aesthetically pleasing, and it should be driving me crazy, because it should, a lot of times it don't be effective like that, and they'll have a fight that's like super like one-sided.
They grade it on a curve.
Yeah, thank you.
The thing is with Chisora had a lot of success the first like 4 rounds, I want to say.
Yes.
They just gassed out and lost the rest of the fucking fight. That's what happened.
Yeah. So when people be acting like that shit was some 115, 113 or 114, 114 type, like y'all don't fucking stop. Like
that was like an 8-4, 9-3 type fight.
Thank you. Okay, there you go. What the fuck I said last week? Damn,
nigga, you still wrong. Oh, what the fuck is this?
Nah, so you saying 2 niggas is wrong? Man, fuck y'all.
Yes, nigga, yes.
Oh my god!
I said the exact same shit.
King P, how do you remember that fight?
Oh, the Chisora fight. Chisora gassed out after like the 4th round. Like the fuck, he won 4 rounds at best.
So what? So who the fuck? Hold on, wait. Who the fuck was on this whole 115, 130? Like that wasn't. But y'all still say like it was some close ass fucking fight though.
He won 4 rounds at best. Like, and that's if you were being favorable. He gassed out after the 5th round. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, y'all niggas is switching up, because I swear,
I'm not switching up, nigga. I said this. I said 151-13, and that's what 2 of the judges, you know,
in the chat, y'all niggas switched up.
Though. The fight was in England. Of course, they're gonna be favorable to the English guy.
Y'all niggas switched up in the chat, because King P was like, "Nah, that fight was close." Both y'all niggas was singing that shit.
It was competitive, but
it was closer than I thought.
It wasn't like a draw. It wasn't close to a draw. Like, there's a difference.
Draw. It was almost, but it wasn't a draw.
Nah, okay. See, nah. See, okay. Then Pat is differentiating himself now, because when he say almost a draw, then he steps away from logic and everyone else, because
it wasn't even almost a draw though.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
if I said it was close, I meant like competitive. Like, it was competitive.
Yeah, we gotta start saying competitive. It was competitive.
Yeah. Yes, but not close. It wasn't new. It wasn't
look,
close.
Okay,
to
look, Broadway. This nigga last week, he said, I think both of these motherfuckers, they said,
yeah, and I said, I mean it too.
Chisora did better against Usyk than Joshua, and I'm like,
I didn't. No, I didn't.
That was Pat who said.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I said,
Pat. All right, my bad.
I said I scored it 115, 113 for Usyk. It was close to me.
Yeah.
You scored. Hold on. You scored the Chisora fight. That?
No. The Usyk Joshua fight.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm saying I'm not arguing that. I agree with you. Like, shit, I don't. It was a fucking fight of the year. I don't get this whole. It just Usyk. Look, Joshua looks like he fell apart the last 2 rounds, and then people make it seem like it's Peterson Garcia or some shit.
No, I get it, but it was just, you know, like I said, like I just only said that because you said I didn't say that the Chisora fight was closer, because it definitely was not closer. Like,
Oh, okay, that's okay, Pat, man. You gotta stop letting Pat ad lib in your background and like in your vocals and shit, nigga. Be getting y'all motherfuckers confused, like,
yeah,
like he
you be
turned his
confusing
ad
all the
libs
P's.
up.
You be confusing all
it's
the
too
P's.
many
I gotta
now.
differentiate myself. But
Yeah, but-
LB, what do you think about this fight, though?
Joshua by motherfucking KO, god damn it.
Nice.
And let me see. Honestly for me, I feel it's a mistake that Joshua went to the Robert Garcia, because the way Robert trains, he trains his fighters to focus on their offense and ignore their defense. MOB, I fucks with it. I fucks what you're saying, but I think Robert Garcia is the perfect match for Joshua. Like, he needs somebody who's gonna be on some fucking offense shit. Offense wins fights. Defense sells pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that.
What round you thinking?
Fuck. You know what? With the way everybody dick riding Usyk, with the way he fucking bulked up, like y'all just didn't see this shit happen with Wilder. I think we might get a shootout.
We should, but I mean, but
Seventh round.
There you go.
Nice. There we go. I also am picking knockout. I think it's good, but I'm thinking it's going to be the 8th round. I think that Joshua's going to his game plan the first time was horrible, trying to jab with a fucking jabber. I think he should have used his physical strength more and like lean up on him, even go dirty if you need to. But he just fought the wrong style of fight. I think that the only thing that I don't like about Robert Garcia and Joshua is, and I think it's a good match, but there are certain things that, like, if Joshua did a little better, it would be perfect. Like, if Joshua had better stamina, Robert Garcia would be perfect. If he had a little bit better inside game, it would be perfect. But like, I just like those little things I kind of but I think he's gonna put it enough together to where he's gonna use his strength. He'll jab from the
Hold on,
mid-range.
can't that shit improve with Garcia? Like,
I mean, I don't know if you can improve the gas tank though. The gas tank is what the gas tank is.
yeah, you can by boxing better.
You can improve it if Garcia tells him, "Yo, don't lift as much weights," or do.
And he got leaner.
He is lean though, so maybe that will help. But like you think he could make him a better inside fighter? That's kind of hard to learn overnight to be a better.
Well, nah, because look, I think he can, because first of all, if you got a good mid-range game, inside fighting is like right there, like literally, and Joshua has a decent inside game already because he got literally the best uppercut at heavyweight.
right.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, of course man, the only person I think could make a better fucking match for Joshua, I can't even say maybe a prime Freddie Rhodes, because you want a guy like Joshua, you don't want him to fucking think, you want him to be the fucking Terminator. When Joshua starts fucking thinking and shit, and thinking he can impress you with his little boxing skills and shit, that's when niggas start boxing him the fuck up. Remember, Povetkin was boxed his shit up for like the first 3 rounds.
Which is true.
Until he fucking waxed his ass.
After, I think he adjusted.
The thing is that Joshua got that equalizer. Yo, people sleep on how powerful he is. He's only had 3 people go to decision with him. That's Usyk, who beat him, Andy Ruiz, and Joseph Parker. Everybody else got slept. You know what I'm saying? So, like people need to put respect. Like, with him, he could be losing the whole fight and just land one and end Usyk's fucking career. Like, that.
And his knockouts be brutal looking too.
Hell yeah! I honestly, if he was American, if he was from Brooklyn or some shit, like, he would be such a big star here in America. I feel like people just don't like him just because he's from the UK.
That's how it is, really.
And Wilder exists.
I feel like he'd probably be a DN in the NFL if he was from America, but that's just it's not.
and maybe his weirdoisms would make more sense if he was from Brooklyn instead of the UK. Oh, I grew up, idolizing the Big Meeches and the Larry Hoovers. I'm like, bro, you from the UK? Like, sit that shit down.
He's like, I'm gonna walk up the Dipset.
You should be idolizing Summer House and Duchesne and all the other niggas.
I mean, to his credit though, when he was here in America about to face Big Baby, I mean, dude was on there. I mean, he was on radio shows. He was freestyling along with Big Baby. Like, dude made an effort. He just, unfortunately, things happen. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I do think more than anything, he does need to run it back in America at some point because he can't escape America forever. Like, dude needs to.
Yeah, he been ducking America. Like, that's the truest duck that's been boxing.
If Wilder gets a WBC strap, and let's say he beats Usyk, I see that fight happening in Vegas. I can picture that.
Yeah.
I think Fury's going to come back.
Wilder is a big wild card right now, and like I said, truthfully, like I said, the one punch shit, it caught up to him, and he got damage for it. He got a lot of damage. So
yeah, what you think about the Hellenius fight? Let me ask, you got an early prediction for that shit? Fuck it.
Guys, I got to dip off.
Oh, so yeah.
I appreciate you guys having me on, man. And King P, you definitely my guy. Definitely hit me up anytime you want me back on. Make sure y'all go watch this Saturday, man. Hector Luis Garcia become champion. Alberto Puello become champion. The turn of Dominican boxing, August 20th. I'm telling you, if both these guys win, that will be the day. Not if, when these guys win, that will be the turn of Dominican boxing, and we're going to be a force to be reckoned with from that date moving forward.
No doubt.
Salute.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming on.
Y'all
on
follow
anytime,
Broadway Joel.
Yeah.
Make sure.
Yeah, fuck with the YouTube.
Yeah, shout out to LB, shout out to Pilot, shout out to Pat, shout out to
We're big easy, brother. Big easy, though.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Follow me on Instagram at Broadway Joel and on Twitter at _Broadway Joel.
No doubt.
No doubt. All right,
go hit that
peace, bro.
subscribe button too if you haven't. All right. Peace.
One love, Juke.
But that Wilder Hellenius fight, like I said, I mean, it's a risky fight. I mean, I'm putting respect on it because Hellenius is riding a wave right now,
and then he's hard with him. That's what I'm worried about.
He looks a little taller.
The familiarity.
If you look
There's a lot of familiarity, so we'll see.
I mean, because either Wilder can sleep him, or Hellenius lands something and can really damage Wilder because he hits hard. He hits incredibly hard.
Because what if Hellenius decides to just jump on Wilder early? And remember, if he just takes the whole Fury game plan,
just
and
smothering him, yeah.
And that's not his game plan. But if he just attacks Wilder, like, remember, he's taller, he has good right hand,
and we don't know what Wilder's chin's left of,
That's true too, and he's fighting a puncher. Like, honestly, this is like this low key a dangerous fight. Like,
but the only thing is, I wouldn't make it like a title fight or anything like that. But it just needs to be just as it is, like
Yeah, I wouldn't make it pay per view either. But,
it'll be pay per view. But Wilder.
But from what it's going to be pay per view. But from what I'm hearing, the undercard is going to be very, very nice. From all the rumors I'm hearing.
These niggas said Canelo Triple G undercard is very, very nice, and that shit is like a C+. Like,
that's decent.
Thank you, but the way they fucking hype it up, you would think goddamn Casamayor fucking Corrales is fighting on the damn undercard.
Right.
Look, when you tell me a fucking undercard is good, that's the quality of fucking co-main event I need to hear.
Right.
I remember buying that fucking pay-per-view.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, I mean, like, if Hellenius had actually beaten, like, let's just say, an Ortiz or an actual top-level heavyweight, like, not a Kalnacki, then I'd be with it. Because I'm like, okay, look, dude beat someone who's like a top.
Oh, so they really making a title fight out of the number 1 and number 10 contender?
Well, it's not. Depends whether or not if Fury gives up his belt, but it's for sure it's a main event on a pay per view. That's for damn sure. And I think it might be an eliminator. So,
look, man, I need a great undercard. I need I think Johnny Rice versus Frank Sanchez. I need
Slow Johnny Rice.
Johnny Rice.
I need something else there too. Who else we could get there? Like that's a good heavyweight fight. We're talking about a good pay-per-view, not average. Like
right. And that's what's killing pay-per-views lately, because the pay-per-views aren't built up like, first a pay-per-view main events aren't what they need to be, and then you have a whole bunch of throwaway fights that don't have no rhyme or rhythm to it. You know what I mean? So it's like
yo, honestly, like they should, like when they do pay-per-views, they should form them like a team and promote it like a team with you have a star, and I think more people would care about watching the whole pay-per-view and the whole fight, and it'll be done in a way where it'll attract the casuals. Because people fucking like teams.
MOB's question: do you guys think the next fight for Virgil I'm looking at One Time or Ugas? Well, we don't know about that, so still plenty of time to see what that situation is.
Probably not. He's on Golden Boy, and then they're on PBC. More than likely not.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if
they might feed Cobb to do.
Yeah, Cobb's probably next, to be honest. Yeah.
But speaking of pay-per-views, I mean, we just came in that DAZN's actually not putting Usyk Joshua on pay-per-view, which is good news. Like, because like I said, I pay for DAZN, so I wasn't keen on paying a DAZN pay-per-view price. So for this, so it's like, so that's good. That's good to know. Yeah.
Because I like who pulled the bigger finesse for boxing fans? Let me ask you this. Like, this is a good question. Like, y'all gonna feel me on it. Hold on, wait. Let me answer this one first. Hold on, back to Tyson Fury. The issue with him, and the reason why I said he might have to be forced to retire, is because the promoter he works with, MTK Global, is under investigation by Interpol.
Nah, he's not gonna retire. He can't be, because he's co-signed, he's co-promoted with Top Rank. So I mean, even if he can't fight in America, he can always fight anywhere else that he can actually go to.
Yeah, he'll just fight overseas, and what they'll do if he has to fight an American fighter, they just gonna fill the pot to the point it's done overseas.
Right. Yeah.
And it'll probably be done in UK. Like, I don't think Tyson Fury is gonna be one of those guys fighting in fucking Arabian Nights and shit. Yeah, which I don't mind. Like his fans, I'm gonna see boxing. I'm gonna want to drink something.
I hear that.
I mean, Fury. The only way Fury would ever be forced to not fight anyway is, if he has like a neurological issue or a blood disorder or some shit like that. Like, but other than that, if he can't go to the US, he's free to fight anywhere else that doesn't have any of the jurisdiction shit that's going on with MTK Global or anything like that. So I mean, yeah.
But yo, I'm gonna get back to my question for y'all.
Go ahead.
What's the bigger finesse on boxing fans? PBC going from the free televised fights on Fox, where we had classics such as Thurman Porter. Sorry about that. Shit like that. And we transitioned to where the same type of fights are now on pay-per-view, and even lesser fights are on pay-per-view, or DAZN with the whole app. All the fights on this app, that you're gonna get all this boxing, yada yada yada, boxing network on the app, and then they start, we gonna have DAZN pay-per-view. Who you think really got the bigger finesse going off of that?
DAZN.
I have to say DAZN. I can't front on that. That's the shit. Like I said, PBC at least, was once the whole shit with the whole agreement with having PBC on all them channels kind of dried up or whatever, and you could see where they were going to go. Whereas DAZN, it was just like, once the pandemic hit it, like DAZN's and the boxing shit, like kind of, it started going left from what they were doing before, and they had the momentum. So the fact that they started doing DAZN pay-per-view because they saw what PBC was fucking doing with the pay-per-views and shit, and like, you have to realize, pay-per-view, some fighters on pay-per-view. I'm like, that's not how you were saying this before, so I have to keep it real. I have to keep it 100. PBC said the same shit, and I called it out. DAZN doing the same thing. It's like, yeah, DAZN pay-per-view is like, it's like your model was working the way I liked it. You know what I'm saying? And you increased the monthly price on it too. Now, if it was still If it was still $9.99, I probably wouldn't even like. Oh, okay, well, $9.99. You know, at least it's still its initial price. But now it's. I mean, it's. I think I paid up for the year, so it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like I'm looking at $21 a month to the zone for no reason sometimes.
Oh my gosh.
Not because they honestly, like, boxing promoters are like so behind everything. It's just there's not enough boxing content from these boxing platforms that want to charge you so much, whereas you like people, there's more boxing content on YouTube, which is free. Whereas, you know, guys had these so-called boxing networking entities and they don't really have any content like that or nothing, you know, interesting or good. Like, look how long it took for Devin Haney to get a great promo video.
Right. Good point.
Yeah,
like, it's ridiculous, man.
And even then, the card that he was on where he won those belts was still subpar. So
there you go. So it's like where is all this money going to? Like, is there like a secret war that y'all are funding or some shit? Like,
these niggas doing Radio Shack type shit, bro.
Yeah, like that's all I'm saying. Like,
yeah, because I mean, yeah, we're all for fighters are getting paid, whatever. But it seems like now there's a trade off that's kind of like the fans are now, you know, especially where in the era of recession is looming. So it's like you want to charge more, you want to put everything under the fucking sun on pay-per-view, and you know,
yeah, and then y'all not stacking the pay-per-view. Like, y'all make the fan the op now.
Yeah, and the fact that we're saying that Usyk and Joshua isn't a pay-per-view is actually surprising. You know, when we're surprised about it, you know, that's just us telling about where this shit is going in terms of the viewing model. Like, there's more than enough channels out there that's willing to pay. Like, I think it's just lazy. Fighters need, you know, fighters aren't even champions need 10 million. Let's put this shit on pay-per-view this. And funny things too, the ratings aren't even as high as they were in paper when Oscar was actually doing it, or you know, or Floyd's ratings or Mike Tyson's ratings, or none of that shit. And that's the funny thing to me. It's like, yeah, like you put all thing on pay-per-view, but you know they're barely selling 400,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, make it make fucking sense. Like, seriously,
it doesn't make sense. So
Andy Ruiz shouldn't be headlining pay-per-views twice in a row.
Right. I mean, I had no problem with Fury Wilder being on pay-per-view. That's whatever, because that was the type of it called for it. You know what I'm saying?
And they stacked it too. They made it a night of heavyweights.
Card. Yeah, the one was a heavyweight card, but I'll be damned if Ruiz and Ortiz is a pay-per-view card. I didn't think Ruiz, Ariola, Ortiz and Martin. Nah, these ain't pay-per-view main events. I'm not buying no pay-per-views off that shit. You serious? Like, you gotta get like this whole pay-per-view model shit. The PBC and the Zone need to get this shit together. They need to figure some shit out, because Top Rank's not doing any pay-per-views. Like, you know, they don't have any pay-per-view fighters, but still, they're not forcing it.
That's the key. They don't have any pay-per-view fighters.
Got them.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, we went off a little rant, but yeah, LB, you know, you had to bring up. It needs to be said. Like, seriously, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.